In March of 2020, when I went to go check my mail and there was absolutely nothing in there, I knew at that particular time that whatever this virus was, that America as we knew it was no longer going to be the same. There had never been anything in my adult life that I can remember that had caused the mail to ever stop being delivered. But that's where we were in March of 2020. And when that mail stopped being delivered, of course, the junk mail stopped coming, in addition to all of the credit card offers stopped coming. Okay, so like even the little banks that you don't have any interest in getting any cards from that's trying to offer you a 30% interest rate for a $200 limit, on up to the big banks, who are offering the competitive rates. There was absolutely no credit card offers in my mailbox at all. So let's fast forward to today. The junk mail is back in the box along with all of the credit card offers. So when I logged in a couple of weeks ago to pay one of my credit card bills and I saw that I had a credit limit increase that I had not requested, which I've never requested a credit limit increase, anyway, I knew that the economy is getting back to what it was pre-pandemic. All right. So back in March of 2020, when all of the credit card offers stopped, the people, the finance credit card guys here on YouTube, they were coming on telling people to, hey, look out, you may get your credit card canceled, your limits may be reduced. And there were actually people in the comments of these various videos saying that exact same thing. Yes, logged on to Capital One, City, Discover, whatever the bank card was, and their card had been canceled, their, limits had been decreased and all of those things. So when I saw that I had a credit limit increase, I was like, okay, great. Because back then I was definitely thinking I was going to be one of those people who was going to be impacted by having my stuff shut down. Not because I never paid my bill on time or because I ran too high of a balance or any of those things, but just because I am not the consumer who is in this elite group of credit card holders. One of my accounts had been doubled as far as the available credit limit. I was like, okay, cool. I think, I don't have anything to worry about as far as that's concerned with things going in the opposite direction. And I know that depending on each one of our financial situations, a credit limit increase, can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing for those people who don't know how to manage their credit properly. In addition to those people who have found themselves in an unfortunate financial situation and they're actually having to live and survive off of their credit cards. But for me right now where I am, I was pleased to see that I had gotten that credit limit increase. And this is why. Reason number one is because my credit scores will go up. And yes, I said scores because we have more than one. I think the last article I read, there's at least like 100 different scoring models. So anytime I've had a credit card increase, my credit scores have jumped up significantly. Okay, so it's not like I have to pay less per se on whatever that balance is, but because that ceiling has been raised, the amount that on paper that I owe is coming down. So that of course makes my credit scores go up. Okay. So then when the debt to income ratio comes down, I qualify for lower interest rates. And right now with where I am and what I'm doing, and I'll be making a video going into more detail specifically about why this is important to me with these lower interest rates, qualifying for a lower interest rate is really going to help me out here in the long run. So I am all for this unexpected credit limit increase that I've gotten from one of my credit cards. The credit card is put away. I'm, not going to be worried about running the bill up, getting into more debt. Is going to stay just as it is. And I'm going to continue to pay it down more. And one of the things that I didn't do, which some people, were saying that we should have been doing during the pandemic, I did not continue to pay extra on my credit card bills as I had been, because I could have very well been in a position to where I no longer had a job and my whole financial situation would have changed overnight. And so the important thing for me was to be able to have more cash on hand. So I stopped paying all of the extra that I was paying on my credit cards prior to the pandemic, and I have not stopped that. So I am pleased to report that if you yourself have been waiting on a credit limit increase, or if you are the consumer who likes to contact your bank and ask for a credit limit increase, now may be the time for you to do that, because I'm sure I'm not the only person in this situation. But I wanted to make a video about it to just give you some insight, to let you know what's happening from the standpoint of an everyday, average, working class, single income person. I'm going to continue to keep you in the loop about any new information that I find out, because we are all in this together. And I know a lot of times here on YouTube, we can't always find credible information. Sometimes things are over sensationalized and the whole financial perspective isn't shared just for the sake of clickbait. And I just want you to know that when you land on a video on my channel, if I'm telling you something about it, you can best believe that it's something that I'm sharing from my own personal experiences. And I'm going to do my best to give you as much factual information as I possibly can. So thank you for checking out this video, and I'll see you here on my channel for the next one.